Hi, this is Michelle with Prepare a Room Ministries, and it's video number 2 from Prepare a Room, A Path to Peace and Healing for Those Hurt by Abortion. I began with the preface or introduction, which I called An Open Door, and we didn't get quite through it, but we're going to finish it now and move on from there. I'm going to start with the paragraph that we ended the last video with, just for continuity's sake. Not only did I miss out on grieving, but I was also burdened with guilt for the part I played in my child's death. I was angry at myself and those who influenced me to take such action. The story of my abortion was complex and there was a lot to untangle. How could I make sense of it? Would it just hang there like a dark cloud over my whole life? Would there ever come a time when I could be free of it and find peace and healing? If you have had an abortion, perhaps you are experiencing, as I did, a disconnected, lonely, and confusing grieving process. Maybe you wouldn't even call it a grieving process. It's more of a thicket of brambles spreading its weedy tentacles into every facet of your life. Perhaps your relationships all seem to be resonating with some barely audible song of death that spoils anything that might become good. Perhaps you are walking through a perpetual foggy day, or suffer bouts of stinging guilt, or melancholy, or avoid friends and family who are having children, or won't allow your dog to be a dog because you need it to be your baby, or any of a million other manifestations of unease. However your abortion is affecting your life, how might you benefit from intentionally walking through a grieving process? Can you imagine finding peace and healing? Is it possible? The fog of confusion is preventing you from seeing a bigger, truer picture of redemption and even joy. Could a closer look bring you out of the fog and into clarity? We cannot expect to move forward from the hurt of abortion if the doors to an appropriate grieving process are shut. The doors might be shut by our surrounding culture that is unable to acknowledge just how traumatic abortion is. We might be singing that same old song ourselves. It was no big deal, really. All my girlfriends have done it and they all seem okay. It was a long time ago. I've left it behind. The doors to healing might be shut by the shame over what was done and the inability to look at it squarely in the face or take responsibility, by a desire to bury the experience before we have understood it. Maybe the relationships involved are just too painful to think about. Who wants to stir up a bunch of muck? What good does it do to open the floodgate of tears? Why visit that regrettable mess? You have so many excellent and persuasive reasons not to seek peace and healing. But what if a new hope were offered to you? A hope for new ways of seeing the value of your life, a new way of loving others and loving your lost child, a new way of leaving behind the crippling guilt, a new help in carrying the burden of what you've done. What if you found an open door? I ask you to hold out hope that there may be relief in store for you. When you take even a tiny step, you gain a new perspective. You can look back at where you've been because you're not there anymore. I'd be willing to bet that even just having read this little bit of the book you hold in your hand, or the book you're listening to me read to you, you can already sense movement. When you act bravely, life might just reward you with insight and a new sense of direction. If you're stuck, you might just get unstuck. Maybe you'll inch one step closer to closure. Maybe you'll be able to put guilt, shame, and self-condemnation behind you and just grieve the loss of your child without the extra baggage darkening your outlook. Or maybe you'll be completely transformed by the blessed release of a terrible weight you have been carrying for a long time. The story of what got you to this point is uniquely your own, and the story of how you move forward will also be uniquely your own. I don't know what lies in store for you, but I am here to help. The intent of this book is to open that door to a process that will allow you to heal and grieve. It offers a 10-part path designed to take you from the hurt of abortion to peace. What you get out of it probably depends a lot on what you put in. I offer you no guarantees, but at the very least, Prepare a Room will give you ideas to make things better. And the best case scenario, you will find a whole new life. That is the preface or introduction called An Open Door to Prepare a Room, A Path to Peace and Healing for Those Hurt by Abortion. And the next time we meet, I will come forward with Chapter 1, which is called Hello. Thank you so much.